David slowly opened his eyes to complete darkness. The only thing he could hear was his own breathing. He tried to move, but he realized he was lying on a cold, hard surface. He felt his pockets, and to his surprise, he found a flashlight. David clicked the button and the room was illuminated by the tiny beam of light. The room was bare, no windows or doors were visible, and the walls were made of cement. David tried to remember how he ended up in this room, but all he could recall was walking home from work the previous day. David searched the room for clues and found a small note under the door, but he could not decipher what it meant. It read, "You have 3 days to escape." Panic started to set in as David realized he was trapped with no means of communication or escape. He started to feel thirsty and hungry, but he had no idea how long he had been in the room. David tried banging on the walls and yelling, but there was no response. Days passed and David grew weak and tired. He had no idea how much time had passed when suddenly he heard a clicking sound, and the door slowly opened. David was blinded by the sudden light and saw a silhouette of a man. He stepped out of the room and into a dimly lit corridor. He had no idea what was going to happen next. The man led David to a room where he was interrogated about his identity and reason for being in the room. David couldn't remember anything, but after a few hours of questioning, he finally remembered that he had been kidnapped. The police were alerted, and David was finally reunited with his family, who had been searching for him for days. Although David's memory of the experience was hazy, he was grateful to be alive and to have finally escaped the locked room.